Hello there. Welcome to Coaching with Tally. We are live talking today about stress management, why it is so essential, and how this is such a perfect time right now to take advantage of leaning into learning how to rest and refuel. We're going to talk about why that's important. Hello, Lisa, Renee, Martin. Good to see you on here. Right at one, as always. Why is stress management so important? We're going to look at how, as a culture, we tend to wear this badge of busyness, like it's a badge of honor, and how it actually is hurting us. So we're going to look at some statistics around this. We're going to look at how, as a culture, we steer into this place of busyness and overproductivity in ways that actually are counterproductive to what it is we're trying to create in life. And so my name is Tally. I am a life and personal development coach, and I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing joy and incredible impact in the world, getting them aligned and overflowing in what they're made for. And today we're going to talk about really learning how mastering the art of stress management, because it is kind of an art, is something that can add years to your life. It can build your immune system, because when we are in a chronic, constant state of stress, we actually decrease our immune system. It's shown that workers in the U.S. that report levels of high stress in their jobs also show an increase of 50% in their healthcare expenses. It's like statistics out the wazoo that I was looking at in terms of overproductivity, this whole like hustle culture that we have, and how often it actually slows us down for all of the effort and all of the time and all of the intention in it. It often actually slows us down in all areas of our life. So I really want to challenge. I love hard work. All of my clients are super hard workers. They're high productivity, and I love it. I love working with that type of person. I'm that type of person. I love working hard. My parents both have an incredible work ethic, and so I have that. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not understanding the essential nature of rest and refuel. And challenging a little bit of, hello Amar, and also challenging a little bit of what we qualify as rest and refuel in our culture. More and more, just scrolling Facebook for hours, we consider that to be our downtime and like think that it's kind of filling. Often it's actually more draining. Hey, Cher. And Netflix, like binging Netflix, it's so funny. They were talking about, Netflix was tweeting about removing the thing that asks like, are you still watching? Because during this time of quarantine, they're like, we know you're still watching. People are like, yay, I have finished everything on Netflix. It's just like that has become a place that we kind of consider to be rest and refuel, but really it often can be kind of draining. We are not looking at the things that really deeply fill us and feed us, that nurture our soul, that actually give us energy. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So learning that seasons of rest, rhythms of rest are a part of our design, I think is huge to recognize and to look at. That even just looking at all of nature, we are wired for this. When you look at seasons and the way that the ground rests, when you look at even just like daytime, nighttime, when you look at lunar, solar, like we have to sleep. Our bodies are wired to, we can't actually guide it. I think the record is maybe 3 days that you can go without sleeping. So we are wired to have to refuel, to have to rest. And whatever your religious background is, even just looking at the biblical account of the creation story, that God, created for 6 days and then rested on the seventh and gave us this model for rest. In the 10 Commandments, right up there with don't murder and don't steal, and these things that were given to us for our protection is and remember the Sabbath day. Have one day every week that you just completely take off and rest. And that's become like a whole religious thing that can actually end up hurting you in some ways. But the principle of having rest in your life in this consistent, intentional way is so significant. And so I want to look at how can we be taking this time with quarantine, with being at home, many of us not even able to work, or, our work is shifted. All of us, or I would say most of us, have more time in our schedule. Even if we're still working from home, we don't have the travel time. So we have more time in our schedule than we usually have. And how can we capitalize on this? How can we let it teach us these rhythms of rest that are so essential? I want to read a quote from a book that I use a lot on my retreats. It's called The Sabbath. It's by Wayne Mueller. And I love the way that he articulates this. He says, "There comes a moment in our striving when more effort actually becomes counterproductive, when our frantic busyness only muddies the waters of our wisdom and understanding." And so he just really encourages us into this place of, he doesn't call it rest and refuel, he calls it Sabbath, but it's that principle of really refueling. If you look at, you don't keep trying to drive your car indefinitely without an oil change or without putting gas in it. You don't go days and days without recharging your phone. Why would you go days and days without recharging yourself? And so I think really looking at what qualifies for you as really filling, and that's different for all of us. For some of us, taking time to just really enjoy cooking a meal and smelling the ingredients, tasting things as you go along, trying something new, that can be really refuel and refreshing. Some of us, it's like moving our bodies, just getting outside in nature and listening to the birds and noticing the signs of spring that are there and just moving. For some of us, it's doing something creative, getting out paints, or just handwriting a note to someone. Like, what are the things for you? And this is one of the things I often do with my clients, is because one of the 8 areas of the life wheel, I don't have it in front of me, but I use a life wheel with my clients. And one of the 8 key areas is rest and refuel. And when we get out of balance in our life and we have that section really low, even if we're killing it in other areas, you see how that shows up in life. And there becomes like this experience almost of feeling kind of threadbare, feeling like really it's burnout. I mean, all the signs of burnout that we know what that feels like, we know what that looks like. We've all had seasons in life that feel like that. And when you go and don't rest and refuel, you get out of balance. So you can see it show up if you do a life wheel assessment. But rest and refuel is one of the 8 areas, and getting this is so essential. And so with my clients, when we're on that area, rest and refuel, hey Cassie and Taylor and Andy and Susan, good to see you guys on here. In that area of the life wheel, I will have them make a list of what I call love tos. And that's something I actually learned years ago from a coach that I had. He just had me list all of the things that really give me life, that I enjoy doing, things that you would put on your list of things to do on a vacation or if you have a day off. So what are the things that you do that give you energy when you do them, that cause you to come alive, that bring you into this place of overflow, that you just enjoy, that are fun for you, and that actually give life? Because watching show after show after show can be kind of fun, but often when you get up, you feel more drained than when you sat down. So maybe that's true for you, maybe that's not. But it's really important, I think, to look at what are the things that qualify as refreshing and refueling, and really like make that list. That's the call to action here, is make that list for yourself. And then just put some of those things in your calendar. Like actually put it on your calendar for 30 minutes or an hour or a half a day, and sprinkle those things into life. And I promise you're going to be feeling so much more alive. You're going to be feeling so much more refreshed. You're going to feel like you have more to give. It's going to help your health. It's going to boost your immune system. It's going to cause you to be better for all of the people in your life. It's going to cause you to be happier. Like, the benefits of leaning into rest and refuel are huge. So, comment below. Those of you guys who are on right now, or if you're watching the replay, you can type replay and then let me know some of the things that are love twos for you, that are refreshing, that are refilling, that give you life. I want to interact with you guys right now. And my screen is so dark. Okay, hopefully you guys can still see me. Yeah, so let's hear from you guys. What are the things that you love to do? Is it something in like design or creativity in some way? Or maybe it's something in your health and wellness. For me, I love ballroom dancing. And so in this time where I can't go out and actually ballroom dance, bike rides. Yes, it's awesome. There have been so many people on the Olentangy Trail bike riding. It's a beautiful place to ride if you're in Columbus. So I've been ballroom dancing by myself in my kitchen, and it's actually been pretty fun. I'll put my heels on and actually like get into it. It's awesome. I've been cooking more. I've been taking walks every day. That's been super refreshing. I've been getting on Zoom classes and doing yoga with other people. If that's something you're interested in, the watching a sunset and painting, absolutely, yes. I love sunsets and sunrises. The guy who comes and leads all of the yoga classes in my retreats, Fidel Ford, he has been doing some free online yoga. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know and we'll get you the link. You can come to one of those classes. It's pretty fun. We're talking about maybe doing a collaborative something like we do on the retreats, where he'll do like 30 minutes of yoga and then I'll do a guided meditation when you're just kind of laying on your mat. And we were thinking about offering that to you guys who know me and people that know him, and just gifting that to you guys. So let me know if that's something you would enjoy. Greg White, what's up? What are some things that you do that are refreshing and refueling, that give you energy, that give you life? Cassie, I know you love getting into the mountains and enjoying beauty. What else? What do you guys do that really makes a difference? Taylor says taking Teddy, that's her dog, to the dog park. Hiking. Started playing guitar again. That's awesome. Yeah, pull out an old instrument. That's beautiful. Some of you love writing and you haven't been doing that in a while, or reading. What are some other things that are refreshing, refueling, give you energy, cause you to feel more alive after you do them? Maybe it's taking a bath or just doing something really still. For me, writing in my journal is super life-giving. So yeah, I think just having a list that you have in front of you in this time, things that you can just do by yourself at home, or maybe with somebody else, maybe it's playing games or something like that. But if you were to be in like complete solitude, if you were to take a 3-day or a 10-day solitude retreat, this is something I've practiced, where I would just get away to a cabin where there was no phone service, there was no TV, there was no outside kind of on the trail with baby Lucy, walking on the trail with baby. That's awesome. Yes, she's so sweet. Andy, hiking in the mountains, temperate rainforest is in Oregon. That's awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful. For a lot of people, it's getting in nature. And now that it's springtime, that's an amazing thing to do. I forget what I was saying. Anyway, the 10-day retreat. Let's just pretend that there's going to be a 10-day solitude retreat and you were going to like go to a cabin, or maybe just be in your home by yourself. What are some things you would pull together to do that would, at the end of 10 days, have you just so filled up, so overflowing, having more energy in your life, feeling rested and refreshed and refueled? And think back to times in your childhood when you just had hours and hours to just play and do whatever you felt like doing. Where did you naturally steer into? What did you like to do? Did you like to be in your room by yourself reading or writing or doing models, something? Or were you out in nature playing? Or what did you enjoy doing when you were growing up? Because sometimes resetting back into some of those things that you have let fall off over the years is incredibly refreshing and refueling. So make that list. Just, give yourself 5 minutes, set the timer, and then just keep writing all the things that you love to do that fill you up, that give you energy when you do them, that make you feel alive. And then I really encourage you to put some of those things on your calendar and put a notification on so that you actually make time for it. So blessings, everybody. Rest and refuel, permission to not have to go and be busy just for the sake of being busy, to really look at the things that give you life. So good being here with you guys today. Hope this is supportive, and I'll be back here again tomorrow at 1. Love you all.